487, we are calling for justice for all victims of police violence.
Good evening. Just like my brother Ben just said, we are calling for justice. This is week 487. I want you guys to tune in. We're gonna play a always do, but as you tune in, we know that this is the day before Thanksgiving. Keep my sister Angela, that's Timothy Fleming's sister, their whole entire family in prayer right now. So as we go on this few minutes, we show you with one of the first killers that arrived to the scene and start murdering my brother. So keep in mind that we definitely need prayers. If you pray for my sister Angela and her Fleming's family, and just for everybody right now. So we'll be right. We don't want to miss. So tune in, and we'll be right back at you. Mic check.
Can't stop. Won't stop. Till killer cops are in cell blocks. Can't stop.
The following newly released video portrays an incident of assault and violence at the hands of police. Viewer discretion is advised.
I suggest you back the fuck up. No.
This is Baltimore City Police Officer Jorge Bernardez Ruiz. In a newly released video shot in 2016, Ruiz is seen with his knee on the back of an unknown man with a gun pointed at the man's head. His message was a clear one: concerned onlookers, adhere to my dictates or else. Here, we can hear Ruiz saying to Baltimore residents,
I suggest you back the fuck up. No.
It is documented that Baltimore police officer Jorge Bernardez Ruiz is a repeat violent offender, even without access to all complaints against Ruiz, undisclosed by BPD Internal Affairs records. 6 cases involving Ruiz are known. This video will briefly highlight 6 total cases beginning in July of 2013. Case 1, Abdul Salam, July 1st, 2013. Here Salam is seen victoriously smiling in celebration after the jury found Ruiz and 2 other cops liable for brutality against him. However, because the trial was civil, not criminal, Ruiz was not fired and he did not go to jail.
Police profiled me. They followed me in the back of my house, harassing me. Police proceeded to violently and hostilely approach my van with me and my son in it. As I announced, this was my home, guns drawn. Once they reached my vehicle, they violently pulled me out, ramshacked my vehicle with my 3-year-old son strapped in his car seat, threw me against the gate, slammed me repeatedly. Picked me up by my feet, and while I'm upside down, they proceeded to drop me on my head, hog tie me, and immediately when I fell on my head, Ruiz, in a wrestling type of action, and kind of hit his knee against my neck. I was arrested. I had no idea what I was being arrested for. My son is scarred to this day. He remembers the incident as it happened yesterday. When he talks about it, he always refers to Daddy being on the floor with police yesterday.
Case 2, Darrell Harris, profiled, as seen in this video, July 17th, 2013.
Yeah, I said, what's wrong with it?
Improper way with it.
There's no such thing as an improper way.
You gonna tell me my job, bro?
I know the law.
Are you gonna tell me the law?
I know the law.
You gonna tell me the law?
I know the law. What's the problem? You giving me a ticket? You need my license registration?
Yeah, let me get it up.
To profile, y'all use the seatbelt as a reason. Profile.
Do me a favor, take out your keys.
Yeah, you can record me. For what? Nah. I don't feel safe right now. Do you want me to step out the car? Do you want me to step out the car? I'll step out the car. Call the police, man. What do you call a supervisor? I'm about to do shit. This is getting uploaded to the internet right now. Yeah?
And we are 2 law-abiding citizens that we are getting targeted and
I don't know why.
Just 24 hours later, Bernardez Ruiz played a leading role in the police killing of unarmed Tyrone West. Case number 3, the murder of Tyrone West, July 18th, 2013.
My brother Tyrone West was brutally murdered on July the 18th, 2013.
In both of these cases, when you look at the pleadings and the harsh language of these officers that have been quoted to me by reliable witnesses, the N-word.
And Killer Ruiz and Killer Chapman and the rest of those 11 or 15 killers, including David Lewis, took something from my family that they could never give us again. And that was my brother Tyrone West, one unarmed man who was brutally murdered, beat to death in broad daylight.
Mic check.
Mic check.
So again, guys, thank you. And as you can see, that video, and that's just the first, and unfortunately, you know, we still have no accountability. And unfortunately, this cop, matter of fact, all 17 of those maniacs are still current. Ruiz was the first one to actually make the initial traffic stop, and ultimately took my brother's life. And nobody should be murdered for traffic. Nobody deserves to be brutally murdered, brutally executed. And the fact that he's been promoted, he's a sergeant now. He's married to Michelle, a state prosecutor, and his life goes on, and he gets to enjoy Thanksgiving, you know, with his family members at the table. But unfortunately, because of those maniacs, my brother's children, my nieces, my family, we're unable to enjoy our Thanksgiving. There's an empty seat at our table thanks to those 17. It's just sad and heartbreaking. But tonight, what I wanted to focus in, and I'm dedicating this, and I'm sending mad love to my sister who is angry her on. I just wanted to let you guys know that this system trash. Like, I'm tired of trying to work with it, wrap my arms around it, and stop fighting. Let's be crystal clear. I'm never going to stop fighting. I'm going to always be peaceful. Not to, we are beyond sick of the Dog and Pony show. Why is it 4 weeks later, my family does not have accountability? 1,409 days, no accountability. What's disgusting is very heartbreaking. But I just remember literally 9 years ago when me and my family got a call that we didn't want. Was one of my families was on social media, and they said, you know, and I'm at work, and they said, oh, did you guys know that they're making an important announcement about your brother? And I'm like, what? They're like, they're gonna wait today at noon. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. That was so disgusting. Bad enough in 54 days. And literally, they wait a few days, a day literally, to break my family heart, to pull us together and say, oh, you know what? He wasn't murdered. You know, he just had, you know, a bad heart. And he died. Like, I did. Not that 17 maniacs took my brother's life, pepper spray, torture. Like, and I don't want to ruin anybody's holiday, but I don't have to go and eat was murdered. And for them to downplay murder and say, you know, with this, with all this stuff going on with David Fowler being very foul, and that whose office just need to go. So, with that being said, my family was devastated, being on a cold corner where we could have been at home preparing our man, especially knowing that my brother, he was a holiday fan. He loved Christmas. Those were the best holidays that he really like kind of celebrated. He was just that type of guy. But the fact that murdered and they broke my family heart, and they didn't even have enough respect for my family on social media was very devastating. So for my sister to give me a call at around the same time years ago, that my family, the West family, the devastated, disrespected, to say that she had got some her brother, I'm like, oh no, they know exactly what they're doing. This is foolish. I'm going to get into it, but I do want to bring my sister on so she can tell you it's told to her and her family a day before Thanksgiving. And then a month later, which was 2 days before Christmas, family back in again to disrespect us, to say, you know what? Oh, well, didn't even tell my family first that we had to find out on social media again, being disrespected. Oh, well, we're not going to press any charges on none of the 17 maniacs because we put on his autopsy report. We based it upon, you know, that Mr. West had a bad lives, which my brother was the most healthiest person in my family, but their timing is immaculate. The day before Thanksgiving, just like they just did my sister, she'll tell you when they turn right around on 2 days before Christmas and pulled my family, and they posted it all over social media after we heard it on the news first. So, discuss you. I'm going to bring my beautiful queen sister, Angela. Mic check.
Mic check. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear.
Mic check. Yeah. So they from the state's attorney's office, and of course they're not going to prosecute the Keller cops that, you know, murdered my brother before Thanksgiving. I mean, how disgusting of them to call me to tell me this. It's scary. You know, it's sad enough that we've already waited over for this disgusting news, but of all days, the day for them to tell us this, it only lets me know that they don't care. They don't have families. They
Excuse
don't
me,
care
some
about
type of technical issue. Says I can with Ben, but apparently we're having some type of technical issue. Ben, you know what's
Yes,
going on?
both of your audios are coming in and out. I'm not sure why, but both of your audios are coming in and out.
I can barely hear you.
Try turning off your camera and see if just doing audio only might make it a little better.
Is that better?
No, it's still being choppy.
How about that?
Is mine?
No, it's still, yes, both of you.
Yeah, I think so. I think something's really, that's just too ironic.
Now?
So I don't know.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, you're not chopping anymore, Angela. Can you say a sentence?
Now?
Can you say a sentence, Sister Angela?
Now?
It's still chopping up.
Yeah.
Well, Angela, try this. I'm going to go back off and go back in. I just ask for everybody if you guys can hear us. Sorry, we're having technical issues, guys, because this literally always happens. Come back on.
Come back on.
All right.
All right, stand by.
Marcellus, can you give me a mic check? I want to see if your audio is being choppy as well.
Mic check.
Yeah, your audio seems fine. And Brian gave me a mic check earlier, and his was fine also.
Mic check. Can y'all hear me?
Welcome
now?
in.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't hear any tap, but I do hear an echo.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to one.
Is it still?
I'm getting an
echo off of Angela's mic.
Go ahead and say something, Tawanda.
Mic check. Can you hear me?
Yes, but you're still chopping in and out.
All right, let me check something else. I'm gonna try this one more time.
Welcome back, Tawanda.
Yes, can you guys? Hello?
Yeah, you're still chopping in and out.
I don't know what I done reset. Is it still really bad?
Yeah, it's basically chopping out every fourth or fifth word that you say.
Is Angela back on?
Not yet, no.
Okay. I tried everything. Like,
Do you have a different device you can try, Tawanda?
yeah.
Ben?
So yeah. If you
Hey,
guys
Ben,
can
it sounds better to
hold
me.
on tight. Say that again.
I said it's sounding better on this end. I don't know about anybody else.
I'm gonna go get my. Yeah, I hear you good, sis.
Okay.
Up, guys. Angela, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sis.
All right. Well, I guess so. You can go ahead and tell everybody, update them. I'm gonna go switch devices out, and I'll be minutes.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Mic check.
Mic check.
Okay. I'm not sure. I guess you guys couldn't hear me earlier, but I was saying that they waited until today, the day before Thanksgiving, to call me to let my family know that they're not going to prosecute the killer cops that murdered my brother last year. They complaint with the Civilian Review Board last year. Everything was, the case was still open. You're going to hear something back. It's going to take a while, and they wait until the day before Thanksgiving to tell my family this bullshit. They could have chose any other day, but from what I understand, they didn't know until today, which is bullshit again. and they needed to call me to let me know so that my family wouldn't find out in the media. Again, bullshit. They control the media. They control what goes out, what information they put out there. So why they can't control when they tell the media about this information for my brother as far as not prosecuting these killer cops? It's like every time you try to have a little bit of happiness, hope, or anything, these motherfuckers just want to come and try to just steal it away. You know, they want to try to steal every little bit of type of happiness that you can have right before the holiday. It's already sad enough that my brother isn't here another year to spend the holiday with his family, with his kids. And then to call the day before Thanksgiving with some fucked up shit like this, as if it's okay. That only leads me to believe, like I've said in the beginning, and I've said all along, that fucking city is demonic. Because who does such a thing? Who the fuck does such a thing? To call a family the day before Thanksgiving with some bullshit like that. It's just heartbreaking.
That's horrible.
It's
And for them to say that they wanted to call you before they tell the media, that to me says that they can't keep the leaks inside their own department.
Exactly. Exactly. And you know, it's sad that my family got the call, but now I wonder how many other families got the same call today. You know, how many other families up there got the same bullshit call that I got today? You know, this fucked up news, you know. I mean, I was actually a little happy today because, you know, I have some family that came to visit me. They haven't been here all year. Right? As a matter of fact, they haven't been to visit me since last year. And they come to visit me today, and I can't even be fucking happy. I can't be joyous. You know, it's like fuck them in that city. Fuck them in that city. So I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna show the fuck out. You know, this is Angela speaking, not West Wednesday speaking.
So since I'm back, can you guys hear me? Can you hear me now?
I don't know why y'all can't see my camera. It's probably turned the other way, but I was just filling them in sis about the fucked up news that they told me today, you know, as far as they're not prosecuting the killer cops. And you know, the day before Thanksgiving. But I'm gonna say this right quick before I turn this over back to my sister, because this is Angela speaking, not West Wednesday, not West Coalition. When those killer cops murdered my brother, I have a huge family, a fucking huge family. They was gonna shut that fucking city down. I told them, no, we're not doing that. We're not gonna do that. We're not going to shut the city down. We're not going to fuck the city up because y'all got to live here. I don't live there. I don't live there. I don't. So with that being said, if they want to fuck that city up, they can fuck it up. Because I don't give a fuck. They don't care. I don't care. And that's my word. And this is Angela speaking, not West Wednesday and not West Coalition. And I'm going to be there and we're going to shut that motherfucker down. Mic check.
Mic check. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Yes, your audio issue seems to have been completely fixed, Tawanda, and also yours, Angela.
I'm on my iPad, but
yeah, you sound good.
Yes, I can hear you guys crystal clear. But again, my sister, I'm so sorry. Like my heart goes out, like I said in the beginning. Like, but it's strategically done. Their timing is immaculate. They know exactly what they're doing, and we definitely have your back. Like, my thing is, when we get finished with them, they're gonna wish. See, the thing is, they want us to go into a like, I don't give a bleak mode type of thing, but we're gonna show them by the time we get finished with them, they're gonna regret each and every last stolen life. Like, we don't have to do anything but just keep on doing what we're doing, especially me and you, sis. And this is not the West Coalition. Me and you both God-fearing women, and we know that God has the very last and final. So don't let these demonic figures, set your tone and steal your joy. Like, no weapon formed against you will prosper. God never said that it wouldn't form, but it will not prosper. So I want you to continue on having your joy, continue on doing, because guess what? Every dog has their day, and they're gonna have their day, even if they don't get it from us. But trust and believe me, they're gonna have their day, and karma is something else. And when they do, they're gonna sit back while they're having that bad day, and they're gonna remember Timothy Flemings. They're gonna remember Tyrone West. They're gonna remember Tyree Moorhead. They're gonna remember all of our loved ones. The list goes on. They're gonna remember, because at the end of the day, we're in a sick society, but we just have to continue on being who we are, and just know that the world is watching us. Sometimes people are watching you, you don't even know that they're watching. Like, you have no idea, or they know how dedicated and true your heart is, and you don't even know that people are watching. And normally, before you get like a bit of good news or a piece of peace, literally the devil will try to come in and steal your joy. Like, I went through hell and hot water. I told you about the situation, that was going on, and I was just like, oh my God, I hope my baby's okay. And thank God she was fine. But that was mentally stressful. And it's literally after I got off the doctor, my beautiful sister Janya called me and said, oh, we are nominating you for this award. And I was like, oh my God, like, I had no idea. And I couldn't stop crying, like, on the phone when it wasn't even about the award, but it was just about, oh my God, somebody's actually watching us. They hear us, what we're doing. That's what it was about. That's the biggest reward for me. It's not so much the material item. It's more so, oh my God, they see what we're doing. It's not in vain. So if they see what we're doing, imagine the stinky animals. They see exactly what we're doing. Yes, that's why I get good joy each and every week when I play that video of Ruiz. We might gotta get a video started up for Timothy. So we gotta think of ways to actually just stay calm. Stay calm. You have to stay calm, and just remember, if a storm is hitting, like, you was the most calmest person when we were at Myrtle Beach, and we didn't even know if we was gonna make it back to Baltimore. I'm just being honest. When that car was rolling down the street, you gave me joy and laughter. But because I was ready, I'm like, oh my God, I literally walked my baby into a storm just to like fight about my brother and fight about our brothers, right? Our family. But I felt like I got my babies with me, and is this gonna be our last time? Like, we're actually at a beach during a damn hurricane. So, but you were able to hold your joy, and before you know it, that storm came right past. So right now, sis, as your sister, as someone that love and care about you, hold your peace while the storm is happening, because guess what? The sun will shine again. Like, they will thinking animals know what they're doing. They won't have the last say so at all. They want, every dog has their day. Trust and believe me. And speaking of which, and I want to tell you, and I want to tell everybody that's tuning into me, I want y'all guys to know right now, this is how dirty our city is. Now, we were looking at over 300 and something murders, because they always like to classify them, but we already know these are our loved ones. Families are mourning, families are hurting, but all we are to them is a statistic. They don't give a damn about another black body being murdered, rather it was by someone on the street or whatever. They don't care. They laugh, they joke, they're fine with it, right? But the saddest part was, I want to read this, and let me take my time. Pretty much, Baltimore police reclassified 2 deaths from homicide, changing the 2022 homicide count from 301 to 299. And one of the ones that they reclassified was our brother, Tyree Moorhead. That is disgusting. We know that was murder. I don't want to hear about no justified murder, none of that. That was heartbreaking, deprived murder. Bloody murder. And then you put in a kill shot, and then they want to like put down, or we don't want to say that this person was murdered. The fact This is how dirty we are. The fact that who he was, I don't give a damn what mental challenge that he was going through, because we all go through challenges.
Yeah.
Mental challenge. Do I deserve to get gunned down by these pigs?
Nope.
No, I don't. Do
Nope.
you deserve to get gunned down? None of us don't. And mind
Nope.
you, before he, and the reason what contribute to his mental stability was the fact that he was almost killed 2 months before he was murdered. Like, just imagine you being gunned down. Like, I'm talking about taking some serious hits, like in his neck, in his face, all this like serious, and he survived through it. He survived through it. For them to bloody murder him. But then the fact you be so disrespectful and you say, oh, we don't want to classify this as a homicide, so we're just going to take it, like, oh my God, that is enough to make you flip a table over. That is enough to just go on the edge. But I'm just praying for Tyree, Forehead family. I'm praying for your family. I'm praying for my family. I'm just asking everybody that is going through something, just remain calm and remember, your calmness will get you through the storm. I know it feels like you're not going to make it. Sometimes you feel like you can't breathe. You just feel like you want to just drop dead right now, like, because it'd be like, so it just overtakes you, right? But I'm here to tell you the good news is that as long as you have that reset button, and that's the next day, we never know what tomorrow will bring. You know, we don't know. Unfortunately, we don't know if it's going to bring us sadness. We don't know if it's going to bring us joy. But we do know that it's a time to hit that reset button and start it all over again. And I'm just asking you, sister, just trust in our Lord, our Savior, and know that He will not bring you this far to have you forsaken or forgotten or mistreated. You know what I mean? So just keep on holding on. And just know that we got your back, and they're all going to get this. In each and every last one of them. And the crazy part about it is you're going to see about them. You're going to hear about them. And we don't wish bad things on nobody, but I guarantee you that everyone that had a hand in this, you're going to hear something about them. You're going to hear something. And then each time they fall, those jokers will remember you. Like, I done had different mayors set in my face, play games, commissioners, all that. Laugh, joke, but it wasn't funny when the laugh was on them. After this dirty system used them to make their point, then pushed them to the side like trash. That's what's going to constantly keep on happening. So, yeah, don't even worry about it. Don't sweat it. I just urge you just to know that you are a blessing. Your brother's looking down, smiling on you. He know that you now are the glue to the family. Like, you make the connection. You take that 4 to 5 hour drive to come up here and uplift his name in a positive way. Keep on doing that, sis. And I guarantee you nothing but greatness is going to come. I don't know how, I can't explain it, but something is going to happen. And they will not have the last say so. They will not.
No,
they will not.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. Like, I'm dead serious, because I'm telling you, all those feelings you felt, I was right there. I felt everything. And then it was really disgusting. At least you got a call. We had to actually go and look in Greg Bernstein's face. And he looked like Freddy Krueger. He looked like, oh my God, like the devil. Like, I looked at Satan himself. Like, this man was red. I seen the little horns on his head. Like, because you start us off in the meeting, you walk us in.
Demonic, I told you.
Yes, demonic. Devils. Right here. That's why hell is empty. Like my sister say, hell is empty because all the devils and demons running around right here on earth. Running right around earth, doing their little thing. But every dog has their day. Every devil has their day. But the fact that he looked at my family, sis, and he told our family in our face, he invited, for one, sis, get this, he waited to invite us into his little cozy, comfy office that could hold 25 family members. He subjected my family to 6 family members, 6, including myself, 6 families. So the rest of my family had to stand outside in the freezing cold while he invited 6 of my family members up there to the gates of hell for him to break our heart. And then I'll never forget when my Aunt Diane burst out crying and was having a panic attack. And she ran out the room first, followed by my Aunt Emma, who was trying to have her back. And she's like, oh my God, she was crying. Then my Uncle Dynamite, he jumped up. May he rest in peace. He ran out to comfort both of his sisters. And this devil looked at me, sis, and had the nerve to say, oh, I see you still here. You don't want to get them. And I looked him in his Caucasian face, and I told him, I said, don't get comfortable in this seat. You don't worry about me leaving. You worry about you leaving, because I guarantee you, when I'm finished, I promise you, nobody gonna vote for you. Nobody. I guarantee you. I give you my word on this day that you break my family heart and you laugh and joke and you tell us, oh, this is good for a civil case, like somebody wants some damn money. All the money in the world can't bring back my brother. You can take it and stick it up your hind parts where the sun don't shine. And I held my promise. I held my promise. And he slammed me out of office. And that was my big day. That was one of my big days. So, like I said, just hold your peace and just know that we got your back. We got your back, because they're going to come crumbling.
Yeah.
It's already crumbling. And then the saddest part with your brother, it reminds me so much of what just happened to Mr. Tyree. You know, you go through a mental health crisis, you have a alleged weapon in your hand or whatever. However, you ain't killed nobody or nothing, but yet they walk serial killers to accountability. Like, get out of here with the fool.
Nobody had a scratch on them, wasn't touched, wasn't harmed, nothing.
Not even a poke, not even a graze, nothing. Yeah, it's sick. It's sick.
But the one that ended up dead.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And then, but you know, the part that really breaks my heart the most is when, after they murder our loved ones, right? They want to pretend that they're doing, like, you want to try to act like you're reviving our loved ones. Get your hands off my loved one. Period. Don't touch them. Don't you're doing that because you don't want the community to jump on your back at that time, because you just committed bloody murder right in front of them. So now you're trying to cover their tracks and act like you're trying to save a life that you just took. You cannot save a life that you
but you know what, too? Sometimes they don't even try to revive. They don't.
But they do that when a crowd is watching. Like, if nobody's watching, they probably take photos with your dead loved ones. They don't give a damn. It's a joke. They get off on that. They get a hard off of that. But if somebody's there and they're watching, then that's their moment to be like, oh my gosh, come on, guy. No, where was your come on, guy, before you murdered him or her? And a lot of our sister queens get murdered by the police, and nobody even talk about all the sister queens that get murdered.
Yeah, that's right.
They don't live her name, just like Gina Best's daughter, India Kager, when she got murdered. She was gunned down, like literally with her baby, a mother. You got a mother in the car with her baby, and they gunned her down, gunned the baby father down, and make the baby into an orphan. Like, get out of here. And then they want to act like they're condoning the family. Get out of here. Save your phony tears and rub it up your hind parts. That's where I'm at with it. That's where I'm at with it. So it's sad and it's sick, but I know that we got a lot of questions. I want to check in with our brother Marcellus to see what's going on with the Q&A. Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check. How you doing, Marcellus?
I'm doing well. For some reason, the comments section was acting a little slow, but all right. So on YouTube, Adina says mic check. Bruce says on Facebook, good morning, everyone. Mic check. Alicia says hello, sisters. Smiley says mic check.
Hey.
Some of the first comments were related to the audio issues. Adina says, shame on them. It's hard to have faith in any part of the system. They did the same thing. They did the same to T around the holidays. It's sick. Hillary says, so sorry to hear that, Angela. They are clearly playing games. Ridiculous. Adina says, it's seriously twisted behavior. We got your back. Judah says, it's nowhere near the same thing. I'm so sorry, Angela, but this is exactly what Johns Hopkins does when they share awful updates about their proposed police force. They like to send those emails right before holidays and Friday evenings.
Mm-hmm.
And Smiley says, wow, no prosecution. This is crazy. Mic check.
Mic check. And thank you, our brother Marcellus, for that. Thank you. Yeah. So, sis, are you still there? Are you still good?
Mic check. I'm sorry, my phone couldn't get the doggone thing done. Yeah, I'm still here. Mic check.
No, so I mean, anytime, sister, that you have to hop off, definitely understand, and I just appreciate your time. And again, like I said, you already know I'm a phone call away.
I
Like so,
appreciate this. I'm here. I'm here. I had
it
put
just
myself on mute. Yeah, I couldn't get it off of me.
Okay. Yeah, so and I just want to talk, and the key component tonight is just really taking care of ourselves in our time of sorrow. And that's what I wanted to register with everyone, including you, myself, all of us. You know, we have to take care of ourselves in our time of need. Like so many people are, you know, getting murdered nowadays. And it make it seem like this is the norm. This should not be something that we should accept as normal behavior, because it's not. And then they wonder why a lot of babies and children grow up on the street. Like history is kind of repeating itself, like over and over again. You see babies, that really don't know how to think critical through situations. And the first thing, because they always hear about so much of gun violence, the first thing they do is, oh, for protection, let me grab a gun. Let me scrap up just in case somebody trying to do something to me, and then they wind up either doing something to somebody, or they wind up getting caught with a weapon, and now their whole entire life is gone. It's just sad, and I just really feel some type of way in general about the media as well, because certain families, they wrap their arms around, and you see them over the news, just like in the case of Timothy, and my heart goes out because that was somebody that was murdered. But at the same time, you have to take in everything, the whole entire situation. And if you're going to, give one family a lot of room to be on the media to expose their loved ones, give that same kind to everybody. Why wasn't your family on the news like that every day?
Exactly.
Fleming's family. Why wasn't the West family? Like, you can't just put families up there, and it's just it's sad and disgusting. And then you have everybody wanting to tune in and chime in, but the thing is, what we have to realize, and even the Reynolds family, all people in the media try to do is push their own narrative. So their whole narrative is to pretty much demolish squeegee kids and just get rid of them, and they look at them like thugs. They look at them and they already got them just washed away children, washed away babies, right, or whatever. And that's their narrative. So that's why anybody that's pushing their narratives and agenda, they're gonna give you all the airplay in the world. All the airplay in the world. So it's just sad, but we need to stop letting, and that's a real family that's really hurting because their loved one isn't here. I'm a sister. I can relate to my brother not being here. You can relate to your brother because your brother was murdered as well. So we know that point. But the fact is, the media is sick and sad. Anybody is sick and sad that play on family members just to use our pain. They push their agendas. They're hitting agendas, and at the end of the day, they don't care about our loved ones. They don't care anything. So I just wanted to let everybody know again. I keep like scrambling, but I want to stay on the topic of let's just really take care of ourselves. Like, we know that there's a lot going on, and even your loved one don't even have to be murdered, right? Your loved one could have. I have so many Facebook friends and just real life friends, period, that I work with, whatever, went to school with, whatever. But a lot of people, and one in particular, my best friend, her mom is not here this year. Her mom passed away last year. And now she's trying to go through it, and she always like help people out and stuff now, but she needs somebody to take care of her. You know what I mean? So even if you lost your loved one, however, just take care of yourself first. Whatever you need to do for self-love, self-care, do it. Because if you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of nobody. You can't protect your loved one. You got to breathe. Sometimes you got to walk away from social media. Sometimes you might have to walk away from a relationship that's not bringing you up, that's bringing you down. Whatever you need to do to uplift yourself, to protect your peace, you have to do it, because guess what? Nobody's going to protect your peace like you will. Everybody can say, yeah, I got your back, and that's true. But we all know our breaking points. We know when we get to that moment where we about to snap. You know it. You know what I mean? And a lot of times people don't even mean no harm, but yet everybody, we got to know too that you're not the only one that's going through something. We always get so selfish and we take things so personal, like we're the only ones in the world that's got a bunch of stuff with us. No, everybody's going through something. My struggle may be different from yours, but imagine someone that in this cold weather have to go home and their lights are turned off. You know what I mean? Or just something as simple as their cell phone getting turned off. Anything. Like, and just trying to figure out how to pay bills and all. It's a lot. It really is. But I just ask you to take care of yourself. Do what you can and let God do the rest. Do what you can and just protect your peace by all means, and it will all work out. You just have to breathe through it. I know it's hard and it's easier said than done, but me having the anxiety level of seeing so much going on and being a mother and then even being a teacher, I be feeling so sorry for my poor students because you never know, bullets don't have a name. It could hit any one of us. Doesn't matter if they they come from a rich house or whatever. It has nothing to do with any of that. A bullet does not have a name. So I fear for anyone. Like, you're not even safe in the supermarket. I heard about a tragedy that happened at Walmart a little bit before I got to go to work this morning. Like, I think 6 people were murdered at Walmart. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, in Chesapeake, Virginia.
Yeah, it was in Virginia. It's just so sad. Like, and you think about all these atrocities. So imagine. So my whole point is, when we think that we are going through something bad, which we are, and I'm not downplaying any of that, but just know that somebody else is going through something far worse than what you are, and they will trade places with you any day just so that they can have a sort of, you know what I mean? Like, so we just never know like what somebody's going through, but at the end of the day, just remember always, come from a loving place and just breathe. You got to breathe through that. You got to get through it. You got to take care of yourself. So whatever makes you happy, if you like to go shopping, if you like to get your nails done, if you a guy, you like whatever, like buying tennis shoes or whatever makes you happy, go to that place of happiness. If it's listening to music, if it's sewing, if it's cooking, the list goes on. Whatever makes you happy. In these trying times today, make yourself happy. Make it a point each and every day before you get your day started. Just say, what is one thing that I can do for myself that will make me happy? Even if it's watching a comedy show when you get in a house or whatever, however, but you have to have that self-love. And with that self-love, it's amazing because guess what? Hurt people do what? They hurt people, right? And happy make people happy, and that's just the reality. No excuse, but it's real. It's just the reality. It really is. So yeah, I just want us to take care of ourselves because right now, I'm sorry guys, I sound like a man. I sound worse than this yesterday. I'm trying to actually get my voice back. I'm taking all these vitamins because I feel like I'm getting sick, but I am feeling under the weather, but I don't have COVID. Took my COVID test, none of that, but I work with kids and half my class was out sick last week, and everybody always gets sick, and I'm like, last Christmas I was sick with COVID. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So it's about self-love, self-peace. Take care of yourself. You have to. And is there anything else you want to add, sister, about taking care of yourself?
I think you just hit the nail right on the head, sis. Just as you can to take care of yourself. Just, find your happy place. If that's, some people like Starbucks. I'm not a Starbucks fan, but if that's your thing, go get you a cup of Starbucks. Pay that $20 for that cup of coffee. Go get yourself some lunch or, like you said, get your nails done. It don't have to be anything extravagant. Just something small. Buy yourself a candy bar. If that's something that you don't normally do that makes you happy, buy yourself a candy bar or something.
Yes.
Self-love.
Yeah. And just remember that every day, even though we go through the storm, like we can find a whole lot of things to be sad about. But at the end of the day, never let your bad days outweigh your good days. Never. Because we're living too good. And like I said, I promise you, in this world we living in, where you think you're going through something, somebody is far worse. So I just ask you to always keep those families that are doing less than you in prayer. That don't make you better than nobody. It just makes you realize what you have and count your blessings while they're here. Like this is the time of the year. Like, it shouldn't be a certain day just to bring a family member together. Like just make peace while we're here, because there's nothing better than getting your flowers while you still exist. Because when your land cold in that casket, we don't know what death really is after we leave here. We don't know. We only hope and pray. You know, I pray to this and heaven. I believe in my heart, just because of my Lord and Savior, that He wasn't like put me on, let us have a family and then we die and that just be it. I honestly don't believe that that's the case. I believe in the afterlife. Whatever your afterlife is or whatever, make yourself happy while you're here. Like, we take a lot of people crap for no reason. We don't have to do that to ourselves. We do not have to do that to ourselves. Make yourself happy. Be your biggest supporter. Support yourself. Like, we support a lot of people, and then we can't even just get a peace of mind, but you have to take your peace of mind, even in a place where it's uncomfortable. That's why the night says, I ask you, take your peace of mind. I seen both of your beautiful Christmas trees. Go look at them because they are beautiful. You did an amazing job. Girl, you inspired me. I can't wait till Friday. Like, after I cook tonight and get all this cooking out, I'm ready to start actually really cleaning up and like rearranging my house. When I say clean up around, because I'm about to put both of my trees up again, and just that light, that's my peace. Like looking at that light, and sometimes you go in the house, you turn the lights off and just look at the tree, and it's just like amazing. It's just comforting people.
And that's what I've been doing. Mm-hmm.
I want you to do tonight. Like, while you, the thing is, they already, just know this, sis, they already done did the worst. You got that call nobody wanted to get. You know,
Yeah.
I murdered Timothy, but he's in a far better place than we are right now. He's in a, and he don't want you down here suffering. He don't want his babies down here suffering. He wants y'all to think he was nothing, like you said, but love and joy. So just enjoy him and just enjoy his kids, because that's what I do. That's why every time I talk to my brother, daughter, sons, you know, it makes me, when I talk to my nieces and my nephews, you know, it makes me really happy. And then it's unfortunate my brother didn't even get to meet none of his grandchildren except for his first grandson, little Derek, but the rest of his grandbabies, he haven't even got a chance to even meet, you know, and it's just sad. It's just sad. All that's just like snatched. But again, to keep us in mind, instead of thinking about the sad stuff, let's think about the happy stuff. Just thank God that we even had a place on this earth that we can actually share our love by making a family and always carrying our name on, or however, you know, the good stuff. Like, we can easily think of the bad stuff, but just think about all the blessings you have. Even if you woke up today and you might even have sickness in your body, but the fact you're able to do something, that's something to be thankful that you woke up, because guess what? A lot of people didn't wake up this morning. A lot of people did. And that's the truth. So just be thankful and give thanks. That's all I can say. Like, it's okay to cry. It's okay for sadness, but don't let that overtake you, because it's easy to get into a dark place real quick, and it's hard to come out that dark place. Once you get in that dark place, I promise you, it's like a stack of dominoes. Everything starts falling and crumbling, and you work too hard to build your empire. So, sis, you just gotta keep it moving. You gotta keep it moving. You have to. So I'm gonna check in one more time with our and then we're gonna go to our sad list, and then I'm not gonna hold people up, because I know this is Thanksgiving Eve, you know, and do this. We gotta to also remember, you know, that, you know, we're celebrating this beautiful, that we turned something that happened to the indigenous people into something beautiful. That's the part that I love, that we turned something, but we do know what happened to them wasn't right, you know. And so we give thanks for them. We celebrate them as we be thankful for tomorrow and Thanksgiving. So thanks for them, you know. And it's sad because we got to have blood sacrifices, and it should never be that way. Why should somebody have to be brutally murdered or killed before like some type of change or acknowledgement happen? That's sad and disgusting, but seems that's where it always been. Something, you know, that's always been happening. So I want to check with our brother Marcellus. Mic check.
Mic check.
maybe Marcellus had to leave. So I'm gonna check in. Ben, is Marcellus still in queue? Mic check.
He is.
Sorry, I
Marcellus,
was in
mic check.
the restroom.
Okay, thanks, brother.
Yep. So in the comments, we have Adina saying that guy was drunk and wielding a bat against children. What the judge is doing to that young squeegee worker is atrocious. The state's attorney is just laying down and allowing the judge to railroad the young man into the adult system. It's working by design, and it's atrocious.
Yep. Facts.
The manager went in the break room and killed his workers. Sending Angela and her family love and light. Sending peace, light, and love to everyone tuned in tonight. Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
And thank you for that. And it's like I said, it's sad, like people never know. And the first thing we do is when we hear about a tragedy, everybody want to jump in and throw their opinions around and, you know, say this and that, you know, this person is evil. But and I'm not justifying nobody getting murdered, but it's just unfortunate. You never know what somebody's going through. Anytime someone can go to their workplace and literally go and kill people in the break room, that is real sad. So again, my heart goes out because at the end of the day, even the shooter had a family, has a family. Yes. But I'm just like, it's just sad, you know, it's sad. And I'm just, again, my heart goes out to everybody, but it's just sad. So that's why I say if we don't take care of ourselves, that can easily happen. And you could be the one doing something, unfortunately, that you never thought that you would ever do, just in a blink of an eye. Because when you get into that evil state of mind, it's so easy just to keep it pushing in the wrong direction. But it's easy to get in trouble, but it's so hard to get out. And you never know the people that you leave behind heartless, like heartbroken forever, not heartless, but a heartless act. And you murder someone, that kills a whole family. Even the people that are not there, you're leaving mourning people around. That's just so sad. So right now, I want to check in with Ben or anybody that's in the West Coalition that's tuning in online now that might want to say something. I'm going to check in real quick to see if anybody want to say anything before I hand it over for our brother Brian. Mic check.
Cell blocks for Killer Cop.
Perfectly well said. Exactly. Cell blocks for Killer Cops. All right. Well, tonight, we don't have Uncle Bill, who normally reads our police brutality. He's with his family, and I hope that he's enjoying his family, and I hope that he's taking care of himself. And I'm hoping that when he does come back, that he come back with a whole new mindset. We all need a new mindset. Like, let's just get it. But I'm just wishing everybody well right now. So, unfortunately, this is the part that breaks my heart, because at the end of the day, we're talking about people that were murdered. So we're going to bring our brother Brian on, and then after Brian, I'm going to say a few words before he start reading the sad list. Mic check.
Mic check.
Twanda, thank you. Did you want to say something else?
Yeah, so I just wanted to give our, we're going to take 2 minutes, guys, one for each list. Sometimes we'll take 1 minute for both of the lists, but tonight, matter of fact, I want us to take 3 minutes tonight, because right now we're entering holidays, and holidays should be spent with family. That's what holiday, even if you're not one big on tradition, sometimes like a lot of people don't even celebrate holidays, but they do celebrate being with their families around the time that holidays are out there. But family time is always important. And right now we have people missing from our own family. Like right now, I'm trying to get through this night, but it's hard for me too, because my brother's not here. My cousin Tavon is not here. My uncle and my grandmother, my mother. It's hard. It's really sad, but I just want to take 3 minutes.
3 minutes, guys. Just if you pray, say a prayer. If you don't, please just send positive waves in the air and wrap your arms around all of our family members that we're gonna hear about tonight on the list, and also the families that are right here. And I'm praying for your family as well, because I know this is a hard time. Doesn't matter if your family passed away from sickness. The fact that family is supposed to be joyous and being there, and it's just a part of life we don't want to deal with when someone dies or someone gets murdered. It's a heartbreaker. So let's take 3 minutes. 3 minutes, guys. Mic check, starting now. Thank you guys so much. It's all yours. Mic check.
Mic check.
Thank you, Dwan. Especially now when we're entering into a season where we really need to treasure family. That we need to, and the community as well as themselves. And so I'm just going to begin with the people here in Baltimore for the past week who've been killed. And if you just echo the names back to me, that would be, it's just, we have a couple people whose names aren't released, and I'm going to wait until, maybe next week and try and get their names out there. So this week we only have 3 people. And so their names are Dante Miller, 25.
Dante Miller, 25.
James Wilson, 33.
James Wilson, 33.
Michael Jackson, 25.
Michael Jackson, 25.
And then this past week, we have about 19 people who've lost their lives to violence by the police. And starting on November 14th in Thurston County, Washington, 21-year-old man, Fymore Tenry, killed by police.
Fymore Cantley.
In Austin, Texas, on November 15th, killed by police. Rajan David Munsinj, 33.
I'm sorry, could you repeat his name again? I apologize.
Sure. Rajan David Munsinj.
Rajan David Mushin.
In Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, on November 15th, killed by police. Timothy Johnson, 38.
Timothy Johnson, 38.
In Miramar Beach, Florida, on November 15th, an unidentified man was killed by police.
Cell blocks for killer cops. Ashe.
Ashe. On November 15th, in Redwood City, California, killed by police. Abran Gutierrez, 36.
Abran Gutierrez, 36.
On November 16th, in Albuquerque, New Mexico, an unidentified person.
Cell blocks for killer cops. Ashe.
Ashe. On November 16th, in Chattanooga, Tennessee, 49 years old, killed by police. John Wells Jr.
John Wells Jr.
On November 16th, in Fort Worth, Texas, killed by police. Joe Don Williams, 31.
Joe Don Williams,
31.
On November 16th, in Santa Clarita, California, an unidentified person killed by police.
Cell blocks for killer cops. Ashe.
Ashe. Also on November 16th, in Santa Ana, California, killed by police, an unidentified person.
Cell blocks for killer cops. Ashe.
Ashe. On November 17th, in Chillicothe, Ohio, killed by police. Nicholas Mitchell, 42.
Nicholas Mitchell,
42.
On November 18th, in Rapid City, South Dakota, killed by police, an unidentified person.
Cell blocks for killer cops. Ashe.
Ashe. On November 19th, in Shawanoe, Wisconsin, killed by police, an unidentified person.
Cell blocks for killer cops. Ashe.
Ashe. On November 19th, in Niagara, New York, killed by police. Daniel D. Kachanowski, 48.
Daniel D. Kachanowski, 48.
On November 19th, in O'Fallon, Missouri, killed by police. Taylor Lee Shoemaker, 32.
Taylor Lee Shoemaker, 32.
On November 20th, in Round Rock, Texas, killed by police. Martin John Bradley, 65.
Martin John Bradley, 65.
On November 20th, in Dallas, Georgia, killed by police. Billy Wayne Denton, 36.
Billy Wayne Denton, 36.
On November 20th, in Port Allen, Louisiana, killed by police. Ruben Ernesto Dorado, 31.
Ruben, Dorado, 31.
And our last victim in Larimer County, Colorado, on November 21st, an unidentified person was killed by police.
Cell blocks for killer cops. Ashe.
Ashe.
Thank you for that. Yes. I'm sorry, Ben, you say something?
I did not.
Okay. Sorry. Thanks again, Brother Ben. Thanks again, Brother Brian. I'm sorry. Thanks again, Brother Brian. I hope you and your family enjoy the holidays, as well as my brother Ben and Angela. You know I'm sending you mad love. And just remember, guys, take care of yourself. I know things get hard, but do never let your good days outweigh your bad days. Like, always let your good days outweigh the bad days, because at the end of the day, just like my brother Boom say, we all we got, we all we need. So just remember, just remember that. I don't know why, just all of a sudden, my sister Paula Muhammad, I'm sending her family love. My brother Ramsey, I don't know why, she just literally came to my mind. I just saw her big, beautiful smile, and she passed away as well. But just thinking about anybody that passed away, any of our ancestors, any of our loved ones, just remember they would never want us to be down. Bad enough, life can be cruel, right? People can be cruel. Life is always beautiful, but people can be cruel. So we gotta enjoy our life, and our loved ones will not want us out here sad and disgusted. Like, they want us to just live a happy, abundant life. So just remember, live to love, love to live. I love you all. I'm wishing you guys a happy Thanksgiving. I'm wishing you guys the best. I hope and pray to God that everybody get the best sleep tonight that they ever got after they cook. And I'm thanking Hillary, because that pie was so delicious. That gave me my energy. That's what made me late for West Wednesday. I'm gonna be honest. Like, normally I hop on at 6:50 so we can be in the green room. I was turning that pie up. Like, I taste one place, and I had to stop at 4 because I'm like, I gotta stop. So that gave me my energy. So yeah, but just remember, live to love, love to live. I love you all. And remember, guys, we're gonna show you Ruiz, and I just want to put a message out here. If you recognize him, wait till the end of the video. You're gonna see a clear picture that was took of him by one of my family members. Took a crystal clear picture of him. If you ever came in contact with him, if he abused you guys, I'm trying to do something like to get you guys accountability, even if I can't get it for myself. And yes, I am bitter. Yes, I am angry, but I'm coming from a loving place. My brother was murdered, and you saw the video. You literally saw 24 hours before he murdered my brother. Poor Darrell Harris, but thank God he survived. He had someone with him in that car to say, hey, this is going up on social media, but he does not even care when the videos are rolling. You talking about a maniac that does not care even when he's getting filmed. If you see him with his knee kneeling down in the neck of someone, on the neck of a young man, if you know who this young man or if you was this young man, please reach out to the West Coalition. We have our page up now. You can reach out, send me a message on Justice for Tyrone West. You can inbox me, Tawana Jones. You can send me an email, mistawanda17@yahoo.com. If you were a victim of this repeat violent offender, and if he had those many victims leading up to my brother, imagine after my brother. And I found out he had 36 complaints. The night that I found out that he had 36 complaints, I was on the news, and I could not wait to tell my family about it. And literally, we got a call that my cousin Tavon Anderson was murdered in his vehicle. And my family still don't have any answers. Still nothing, still waiting. But ironically, every time this joker pops up on the news, something crazy happens. Literally, we were doing the first political happy hour way back in, I think it was 2015, 2016. And he showed up at the nightclub we were at. Literally, I had just left, missed him by 2 minutes, and he was going off to the point, thank goodness for Christopher Urban telling everybody, pull out your cell phones, video this guy. And that's how that video got. He's dangerous. He's unhinged. Listen to my warning, because Tyrone West could easily be you. Darrell Harris could easily be you. Abdul Salam. The list goes on. He even made an elderly man leave Baltimore, and he may not still be safe. And it's sad. You leave a city and you still might not be safe. That's sad. That's scary. Praying for my sister Adina Britt's family, because we have an unhinged officer with promotion that's now working as a supervisor. Okay? Unhinged. So if you had any bad dealings with this guy, please contact me ASAP, because something needs to be done. We have to take care of each other, because apparently the system's not doing nothing. After that video was released, after the George Floyd, we didn't even know about it. Thank goodness somebody put it on Murder Inc. when they saw, unfortunately, George Floyd getting murdered. Then someone released it because he had his knee on that guy's neck. So please, if you were a victim of Ruiz, please contact me, or even any of those officers. For 17, but right now the focus is on this video of Ruiz. So sorry to go on, I can go on all night, but please contact me. And just remember, take care of yourself. Finish watching this video, because you might see something. And wait to the very end when you see his clear face. If you had any bad dealings with him, please, I advise you, for your own safety, contact me ASAP. Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
And Mr. West begging for his life, and Mr. Salam begging for his child to be excluded and comforted from what was taking place. Not for himself, but for his 3-year-old child.
Case number 4, Adina Britt and family, September 10th, 2015.
My name is Adina Britt, and I wanted to submit a 30-second testimonial that Jorge Omar Bernardez Ruiz is one of the 11 terrorists that came into my house performing a home invasion in September 2015, terrorizing my entire family and even holding my 12-year-old son at gunpoint. He needs to be stopped.
Case number 5, unidentified arrestee, assaulted in 2016.
I suggest you back the fuck up. No, why you
Again, this video did not surface until the summer of 2020. Case 6, Thomas McCullough, May 2016 and February 2017.
I heard my front door coming off the hinges, like it exploded.
Thomas McCullough says it happened twice. In May 2016 and February 2017, Baltimore City Police burst through his green front door and raided his Pimlico home.
They said police. They come up, shotguns, guns.
He says officers ransacked the place, looking for drugs, money, and weapons. He took pictures of the damage he says they left behind.
Tell us where the drugs are, the scales, the guns, and the large amounts of money.
Nothing was found. Now he's suing police, claiming officers, including a former member of the Gun Trace Task Force, frightened him, his wife, and father-in-law when the officers conducted what his suit calls an illegal search of his home. The owner of the house tells 11 News after the second raid, he had to replace the front door. McCullough and his attorney say they want Baltimore police held accountable.
There is a colossal breach of trust.
And McCullough tells us following both raids, no one was arrested or charged.
This all begs the question, When will Baltimore City State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby see the prosecution of Bernardez Ruiz as warranted?
They were the stopping officers in these so-called jump-out cars, unmarked and so forth, that stopped both the West vehicle and the Salam vehicle without probable cause. And these officers are the ones that also were joined by others, but they are the ones who initiated the stops, pulled both men out of the vehicles, and commenced the vicious activity that was thrust upon them.
And the Officer Ruiz that started this attack is still working and working with promotions. He is now sergeant. But the fact that this repeat violent offender had a history leading up to my brother. There was Darrell Harris, there was James Green, Joseph Green, Abdul Salam, and my sister Adina and her family. No one family deserves to be brutally murdered or brutalized by this repeat violent offender Ruiz. It is time we take action. The time is now.
Baltimore police officer Jorge Bernardez Ruiz is a repeat violent offender. Based on these accounts, in accordance with the law, we, the West Coalition, call for him to be fired, prosecuted, and incarcerated.
We're more than hashtags and body bags. We're more than being 6 feet in the dirt and pictures and buttons on t-shirts. Our lives matter.
For the safety of our city, the prevention of further harm, and the justice for these families, we see no other option.
And again, I'll say, the time is now.